are living in the greatest times in history.
That's not an opinion, that's a fact.
People are healthier.
People are smarter.
And fewer people are living in poverty than ever before.
In fact, we're in a better position than ever
to solve some of the world's biggest problems.
We're better equipped and better connected than anyone ever before us.
Amazing advances in science and technology
have led to unparalleled prosperity and opportunity.
We are richer, healthier, and happier than at any time in recorded history.
So why does only 5% of the global population think that the world has improved?
Fake news and fear-mongering aside, the planet is still suffering from very real problems.
Dictators still rise, democracies still fall.
And even some of the most successful countries have entered into an era of political uncertainty.
Technology might have its downsides, but it's also responsible for the incredible positive changes we see in the world today.
These 2 days are a celebration
and reminder of that.
We hope you leave here with optimism,
confidence,
new friends and partners,
better ways to communicate,
and with the belief that together
we can continue to improve the world.
So I can run, stay ahead with all the lovely little reasons why I can.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to the co-founder of the Next Web, Boris Veldhuizen van Zanten.
Welcome to the 12th edition of the Next Web Conference. You all look amazing. And I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now. It's always a pleasure to come up here as the first talking person at the Next Web and just look at you all. It's humbling that you all showed up again and put your faith in us as an organization today. A few years ago, somebody called this event the most intimate business event in the world. And we didn't just take it as a compliment, we saw it as something to aspire to. We want to be the most intimate conference in the world. And in fact, we want to be the most personal, intimate business company really in the world. And it's something that I talk about almost every day. And I don't just talk about it, like I joke around. I distract people from their work, and I try to keep the whole thing sort of playful and fun. And I do it not just because I want to have fun or distract the people working for me, but also because I want to make sure that everybody understands that doing business can be fun, it can be inspiring, it can be something that makes you happy instead of the sort of cold business reality of making money. And today is sort of a testament of this. This event is personal. Every light that you see, somebody put there. Every speaker is nervous. They worked on their own story. It's very personal for them. And that sort of reminded me of something that happened to me a few months ago. Now, today, as you can see, I put on my best suit for you. But sometimes I'll go to the office just wearing, you know, sneakers and sweatpants and a sweatshirt. And on one particular morning, I went to work out, because as you can see, I work out every day. And as I was changing my clothes, I found out that I forgot my t-shirt. So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just wear the sweater and I'll be naked under the sweater. So I got my underwear, standing there naked. Try to picture that for a moment. Standing there with my, and I dropped my underwear. And it was like in a puddle of sweat and moisture and hairs, as, you know, as those things go in the locker room. So I looked at my underwear, I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna wear that. I'm like, oh, well, who's gonna find out? So I'll just put on my sweatpants and be naked underneath it. So I arrived at the office, and Patrick, my co-founder, walked up to me and he said, oh, you're just in time, but why are you just wearing your sweatpants? You do understand that we have the meeting with all our biggest partners today. So obviously I forgot. So I walked up to our like the biggest conference room that we have, and all these people were there in suits, and I walked in my sweatpants, naked underneath. It was a great meeting, but I felt very vulnerable as I did that meeting. And this is sort of something that I want you to remember, not just me naked, but just sort of the feeling of the human behind everything we do, the human behind the technology, but also the humanity, the human behind everything you see today, behind the speakers, but also the magnificent show you see. Even the musicians hidden behind the screen here are just humans working for you. So I stand today here for you, humble, vulnerable, naked, as I present the show and welcome you. And with that, I would like to welcome to the stage my good friend, Pep Roosevelt.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just want to be 100% clear. Right now, underwear, yes or no?
You'll have to find out.
If you do want to find out about Boris's underwear or anything, should I be encouraging people to tweet to you at @Boris?
Go for it. This is a joke we've been making for 12 years now.
It's a good joke.
It's a good joke? Tell the joke.
The joke.
So this year, we're going to do a different joke. If you find yourself on the bathroom without toilet paper, tweet to Pep, and he'll come and get you.
Right,
I mean, it's time we made a change, right?
I'm happy to be in charge of the toilet paper as well.
I'm promoting you to Chief Toilet Paper Handler.
The CTPO, it's about time. I finally have a rank at the Next Web. Boris, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Are you excited? Have you walked around the whole grounds?
I have not. I came straight here, so it's as much a surprise for me as the 12,000 people that show up today.
Dude, you should walk around. Have you guys walked around? Have you had a chance to look around, or did you just kind of get in and come right here? Which did you do? You did look around? I'm going to drop the first F-bomb of the day. It's fucking awesome. You walk around, and it is like a mix of the coolest outdoor dance festival you've been to and the founders' party in the pilot episode of Silicon Valley. It's amazing out there. Boris, you should go take a look. Go take a look. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for @Boris. Boris Veldhuizen van Zanten. And that's me. I'm Pep Rosenfeld. I'm the founder and creative director of Boom Chicago, and I guess Chief Toilet Paper Officer for the Next Web as well. And it is a pleasure to be part of this amazing event. Let me just say that @Boris is proof that the United States and the Western world created Twitter. And right now, Vladimir Putin is on the phone with Donald Trump to figure out a way to take @Boris away from Boris. and give it to one of his Russian crooked cronies. It's all happening now. If Boris becomes at Boris4693, it'll all come out in the impeachment hearings, don't worry. I'm also the founder of Slogalicious. Slogalicious is a new company that creates new slogans for companies. Most slogans are bullshit. We make real slogans. So if you send us a tweet to @Slogalicious, we'll come up with a new slogan for you. Slogans like Evernote. Sure, we're bloated and slow, but what are you going to do? Move everything to Google Keep? Slogans like Slack, because 4 internal messaging systems just wasn't enough for my company. Yeah. And slogans like Apple Pencil, the accessory that says, I have 109 euros I don't need. As you can tell, I am a nerd, and this, I feel like, is the nerd festival to end all nerd festivals. I want to know, are there some proud nerds in the audience tonight? Round of applause if you're a nerd. Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, it was embarrassing to be a nerd. All the athletes, the jocks, they would pick on us. They would make fun of us. They would insult us. Now they work for us and buy our shit. Yeah. We are living in a golden age of nerds, people. Think about it. Who makes the apps on your smartphones? Nerds. Who makes awesome Tesla cars? Nerds. Who makes iPhones? Chinese children, but we love them, so it all works out. Hey, Wang Ying, hope you get that toilet break. Okay, we've got a great day in front of you, an exciting day, an inspiring day, and like anything inspirational, first, there's like 7 minutes of rules and shit to remember, so bear with me. This will go on slightly longer than you're expecting. First of all, if you are a social media type, if you're tweeting, and clearly you all are, there's a hashtag for you to use. If you don't know it yet, it is hashtag TNW 2017. It's pretty clear. We talked about it with the Schiphol airport. It is not also an airline. It's not a classic crash. It's all cool. So keep the socializing coming. And if you're not here in front of me, but you're listening to my voice now, you are probably watching on the live stream. And if you are watching on the live stream is powered by LiveView and Stream My Event. And a special message to the folks live streaming. Where's the camera? Where's the live stream camera? If you are at home pretending to be at work, I just want to tell you that, and he goes, because fantastic event, so we'll see you there. Thanks. So what else do I want to tell you? Let's go back to that hashtag. If you're sending hashtags, but you're the type that you can't just send it out. You got to see what's happening. There is a social media command center, just as important as the name sounds. It is over by the business area, which is sort of past the field. There's that awesome dome, and then these 2 ginormous buildings near the dome. That is the social media command center, powered by socialwall.me. And if you're at the social media command center, I mean, there's all kinds of cool shit for you. You take a look at a screen that looks like this one. He said, cueing the next slide. Nope. All right. Imagine a cool screen filled with awesome information about speakers. It's who's, there you go. It's how many followers they've gained, likes, retweets, their latest tweet. You can see where they rank. You know, you could wager on it, make some bets, and then use your retweets to affect your wagering. I mean, it is as crooked as the United States presidential election. It's great. You're going to love it. So get out there, and of course, if there's super cool tweets or super epic Instagram action that you send out, it'll either make the big screen there, or of course, get a retweet from the TNW crew. And of course, if it's about toilet paper, I'll be handling it. Get the app. If you are the type of person that is easily confused or drinks during the daytime, the app will help you know what is happening and where it's happening. It is also a great way to connect to people. If you haven't downloaded the app yet, don't be dumb. Do it now. Ignore me. I'm not a speaker. Just go. If you got an iPhone, just look at the App Store. If you got an Android phone, look at the Google Play Store. If you got a Windows phone, look over the shoulder of someone with a real phone and download the app. which is fantastic. Okay, the bulk of the day, that okay sounded like I was going to start, not even close. So the bulk of the day, the action on stage is, of course, the speakers. And if you have questions for the speakers on stage, some folks, especially after they've had a few beers, want to stand up and yell the questions. Super uncool. If you do that, you'll be dragged out of here like a United Airlines passenger. What we encourage you to do is send your questions to the tnw.to/answers, and you can do that during the talks, you can do it after the talks, you can do it tonight when you're lying in bed thinking of that awesome question you wish you've sent, and the speakers will be answering your questions, so keep them clean and respectful. I'm just talking to Boris now, dude. But that is a great way to get your questions answered and really make these conversations on stage a two-way dialogue instead of a one-way dissemination of information. I assume by now everybody is wearing one of these handy-dandy bracelets, and if you're like me, you've realized that means you don't have to fucking wear that thing around your neck. It doesn't do anything. But the biggest complaint Boris got sent to him last year at Boris was about the tokens. Too many tokens. I got to buy them. I got to wait in line for them. Now I got 8 in my pocket, and the event's over. Will you buy them back? He said no. It got awkward. You are wearing the solution on your wrist. You can pay. You can do everything you want with these wristlets, and you've got several ways that you can top them up. If you want to buy more tokens, funny, we hate tokens, but we're still using the word as our unit of currency. If you want to do it, you can wait in the long line and use your bank card, option 1. Option 2, fuck the line, use PayPal. That's up to you. Okay, last night, the speakers were all gathered having drinks and getting drunk and talking about cool, interactive tech stuff. And they were doing it at a building called the TQ building, and we want to show you a little bit about the TQ building in the form of this short video. Let's roll the TQ video.
TQ's mission is to accelerate the growth of startups. So we're building a place here where really we help startups achieve exponential growth. And we do that through community, through programming that fits with the startup's mission, and also through the facilities that they're in right now. Growing startups is really important because they help the economy move forward and also really give a platform for talent to do their best work possible.
The Google for Entrepreneurs Network is a curated group of world-class tech hubs, accelerators, incubators and other startup support organizations. We also offer a number of programs, exchange programs across the network, demo days in Silicon Valley, boot camps in California as well, to help the startups within the network that are members of the communities to benefit too.
The reason we started this is because we had a conference twice a year, one in New York, one in Amsterdam, and we learned a lot of lessons on how to get people to meet each other. It was sort of a waste to only apply these lessons learned once or twice a year, and we thought we can apply these lessons 365 days a year in the space, and that's when we start looking for a space.
Leuk man. Ik leuk dat Engels mogelijk was.
TQ, and this is special, is filling a crucial gap in the market. Namely the space between brand new startups and medium-sized companies that might just be the next unicorn.
It's been great to work together with startups that also face the same problems. You can talk with each other and learn from each other actually, and that's already proven to be a huge asset for us.
The ecosystem that TQ has is that it makes it very useful for us to be together with similar companies who have similar goals in their progress as we do, which makes it very interesting.
I expected the key benefit to be the community of startups in the building, so the energy, the expertise, the diversity. What I didn't really expect is the network access that the TQ team provides, and that's through partnerships with companies like Google for Entrepreneurs and the Next Web. We've been able to raise the profile of our startup in really valuable ways. TQ has not only supported our growth, but accelerated our growth in ways that we actually never really expected.
So there's a little information about the TQ building. Everything in there is true except the implication that Boris shows up at work wearing a suit and hangs out with Prime Minister Rutte all the time. Boris is more likely to be in a hammock in his sweatpants, which is how he likes it. But TQ is a great place. Companies like Stripe, Flexport, Connectera, over 40 other ambitious companies make it their home. It's a great place to have drinks. It's a great place to do your work. It's a great place to look for Boris and Mark Rutte. And starting today, anybody here in the room, in fact, any visitor to the conference, has a free membership in TQ that lasts until June 18th. So live it up. Go there, have a drink, bring your laptop, get some work done, network, enjoy that hub sensation. And then on June 19th, you have a choice. Join up or, get out. But until June 18th, it's fantastic. You're going to love it. So go and check that out. And by the way, TQ is also going to be where we all are enjoying the after party on Friday night. More on that in a moment. Okay, you'd think. This evening, once the talks are over, you're going to find yourself feeling kind of hungry and wondering what to do about that. The answer is the street barbecue. There's going to be a street barbecue. It is just outside the main stage, and you go there, you get yourself a free drink right off the bat. Our good friends at Expenditure gave us money. I don't know if they realize we're spending it on free beer for you guys, so if you see those dudes, don't tell them. But thank you to Expenditure. Enjoy your beer, and the street barbecue is going to be fantastic. There'll be live music, some bands. It will be awesome. I note that if you're more of a marketing type of person, there's also going to be a party in the Westerliefde, thrown by Binder. Westerliefde, you can see right there. And if you speak Dutch, you know that means love in the West. So it's a real touching kind of a place to enjoy the after party, and unfortunately, no free beer. Okay. I drop a lot of names of companies, and that's because it's valuable to do. Fantastic sponsors are what make this all possible, and there they are. So pull out your cameras, take a picture, and the next time you're going to make any consumer decision at all, first consult the photograph and say, did this company help me with TNW, or are they assholes? And then hopefully you'll help out those guys, and I see Microsoft will once again not be happy with my Windows Phone joke from earlier. Sorry about that. They're actually great phones. If you watch The Flash and Arrow, you know everybody there uses only Windows phones. They must be the best. Windows, great phones. And the last thing I'm going to say before we kick things off is something I alluded to, but we're going to have an awesome day today. You're going to get drunk tonight. You're going to roll in here tomorrow hungover. Awesome day tomorrow. Take your shoes off, get your feet massaged. Which is something they do at the most intimate business kind of company in the world. Sounds dangerously like prostitution when you put it that way, Boris. But anyway, but then tomorrow night at 9 o'clock is the official after party, and it is going to be awesome. The after party will start at 9. Like I said, it's going to be at the TQ building. It is going to be great. It is going to be off the hook if the kids are still saying off the hook. And it goes till whenever. Boris likes to roll up his sleeves and throw the last drunk out himself. Frequently, it's actually Patrick, and they have an interesting little founders dynamic. You know, you got to get out, no, you get out, and then they hug, and it's awesome. You want to be there for that. After party is tomorrow night. I just want to kind of loosen up and just note that we all got through what was a lot of information. A lot of information, but we did it. Why don't you give yourselves a round of applause for sticking with us. There you go. We did it. We made it. And now we're going to move forward to our first speaker. This is why we're here. We're not here to have me explain the rules of the day, though I actually find it quite satisfying. What we are here to do is listen to speakers, and our first one is outstanding. She is Amber Case. She is a fellow at Harvard University's Berkman Klein Center for Internet and Society. She's also a visiting researcher at the MIT Center for Civic Media. Now, if you have both Harvard University and MIT on your resume, you know some shit about technology, people. She proves it in her book. She's the author of Calm Technology, Design for the Next Generation of Devices, which she's going to tell you more about in this keynote. And before I welcome her on stage, I want to tell you this. After her talk, during her talk, if you think of questions, a quick reminder, get her questions via TNW Answers. It is a great way to communicate with her directly. And if this is too digital for you, if you got to do it face-to-face, old school, there'll also be a book signing right after her talk. Amber will be at the ABC Book Center. I mean, not the center itself, but their stand here on the premises, and she'll be happy to sign books. Amber, I'm going to stall for a moment to let the outs go out and the ins go ins. So let's just talk about ABC. It stands for the American Book Center, really putting American books first in the tradition of the Trump campaign. So if you are a non-American book, you will be signed second. There's just no easy way to say that. It is the American Book Center, and they like it that way. If you're coming in, come in, and if you're going out, go out. And it is, so Boris alluded to, it's so cool to see you guys all from up here, and it is amazing. But now it's like watching this cool science experiment of watching some people go out and some go in, and do people get closer? Is Boris really not wearing underpants? I should back up. Nobody, it's fun watching everybody interact as they move in and out. If you are moving out, I would ask you to do so quietly, like a ninja, exploding your smoke bomb and leaving. If you're coming in, join us. Grab a seat up front. There are plenty. Welcome. And I think this is as rustig as we are going to get. So let me ask you guys to start our day and welcome our first speaker with a huge round of applause for Amber Case.